everybody, it's TaNaia again. I hope everyone's well. Today's message is a timeless message. My intention was for Spirit to give us a message for anyone who needs to hear this message right now. And the message that came through was actually very, very clear. So I hope you enjoy it. And I hope it resonates with you. If not, I'm sure another reading will. But anytime you watch this message, if it resonates, then it's yours. So I pulled first from the Archetype Cards by Caroline Miss. This is not a new deck, it's quite an old deck, but I really like it because it really speaks to us in terms of the different personas that we might be wearing at a certain point in time. So the cards that came out was Damsel, Prostitute, and Martyr. At the bottom of the deck was Warrior. So the card at the bottom of the deck is always the card that I use to understand, almost like as the theme or what sets the tone. So the card at the bottom of the deck, Warrior. So this speaks to being strong and being heroic and being able to protect, right? And being able to maybe be a victor in certain instances. And so that's quite interesting that this card came out, or this card was the bottom of the deck, because all of the cards that came out actually are cards that are not really, they don't really have this this tone or this feeling of being a warrior. We have Damsel, as in damsel in distress. Now, this means that some of us or some of you might be feeling a little bit powerless at this point in time. Perhaps there's a part of us or a part of you that's looking for a knight in shining armor to come and rescue you because of whatever it is that you are dealing with. Now, I think that, it's true that sometimes we do feel disempowered, and sometimes we do feel like really there's no other way out for us. But as we see from the card at the bottom of the deck, this is about finding that inner empowerment, finding that inner warrior inside of us, instead of basically taking the shadow attributes of the damsel. So rather learning how to rely on ourselves and learning how to work with spirit in order to know that we are never disempowered. The second card was Prostitute. Again, a card that in its shadow side is really about selling yourself out, is really about putting physical considerations, or maybe the feeling of wanting to be protected, right? Putting that ahead of your own integrity or your own, the power of your own spirit. And so again, this card at the bottom of the deck, Warrior, speaks about having that feeling of strength, right? Strength in your spirit, strength of being able to stand up for what you believe in, and not, necessarily compromising for reasons that are perhaps not, that you don't agree with, right? That are contrary to your own spirit. And sometimes, we get into these situations. Sometimes it might be a job that you end up doing that it doesn't feel right. Sometimes it might be about boundaries, maybe we end up allowing things just for the sake of feeling maybe safe, right, damsel, of feeling safe, or maybe for the sake of feeling like we've got someone who can take care of us. These are all feelings that we all go through. And then, of course, if I just look at the last one, which is Martyr. And Martyr, for me, in shadow, is very much also about boundaries, in its shadow side, being a martyr is being, woe is me, having self-pity. But we can see that its light attribute is learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or to a cause. So instead of feeling like we are powerless, instead of feeling like we need to sell out or sell a piece of our soul for something, for safety perhaps, we can actually rather try to embrace this persona of being a warrior, and remember that we are warriors, and the warrior, being a warrior doesn't need to be like a physical fighty kind of thing. It can be just about standing very firm and strong in your own sense of self, and in your own sense of understanding who you are and what you're here to do. And actually that flows very nicely to what was at the bottom of the deck when I pulled from the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. I like this deck because then it gives us a context. And the card at the bottom of the deck, very, very in line with what I just said, says, for this you were born. Foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. So precisely. So, you know, I don't need to feel like I'm a damsel in distress, or that I need to compromise certain aspects of myself, or, you know, be a martyr, allow people to walk all over me, because warrior, because I know why I am here, right? I need to remember why I am here and what am I here to do. So this, remembering this, is what is going to help you to basically right the situation, so that you don't fall into the shadow side of these personas here. The cards that came out here, which I thought was relevant, is plant seeds of intention, go, grow, glow. Rhyming, I like that. And then the other one was trip the light fantastic, dance with the universe. So the way that I see it is, you know, for us to remember why we were born, for us to remember our intention in coming into this lifetime. Sometimes we might be so wrapped up in what's happening in our lives that it takes us a moment to actually figure out, what is it that I am here for? What is it that I want to happen, to take hold and control of our reality and of what we want to see. So planting seeds of intention. One useful way to do this is to really find some time to yourself. I mean, obviously meditation is very useful, but I know some people struggle with meditation, as it's been talked about. But a very simple way to do this would be just to sit quietly with yourself, either late at night just before you fall asleep, or early in the morning just after you wake up, and just, you know, be silent and go into the deep of yourself and ask yourself, especially at night, this is very useful, because then you give spirit and you give your psyche time overnight to actually help you via your dreams, to help you to understand, or to get to the bottom of, you know, what is it that you are here for, and what is it that can help you be in line with spirit. I always find that very, very important. And so whatever insights will come, whether you do this late at night or early in the morning, just to listen to yourself, that'll go a long way to helping you to see how to be in line with the universe, how to remember why you were born, how to embrace this warrior energy that is going to help you come out of this difficult situation that you are in. I mean, it's easy to say, you know, don't feel like a damsel, feel like you have power. But if you really don't, it's very difficult to know where to start. And this is a good place to start here. And so once you do that, you've gotten the intention, you are following the nudges of your higher self, or of the universe, or of spirit, then you're able to dance with the universe. And for me, this talks about flowing with the universe, surrendering to the universe. So you've put out your intention out there, and now you are listening and you are flowing, and you're not necessarily you know, trying to drive. This warrior card speaks about also conquering the ego, so being very careful not to push things just because of the ego the ego's desires, but rather listening to your higher self and gently moving with the universe. So that's why it's dancing with the universe. It's about that give and take. You know, when you dance, when you dance with someone else, or even if you dance by yourself, right, you have to listen to the music and dance according to the beat. If you were someone else, similarly, you have to look at what they're doing and then complement it. So in this way, when we're dancing with the universe, we're able to be at one with the universe. And so we're able to then work with these difficult energies that we might be going through. So that's the message that came through. I felt called to put this message out. I thought perhaps to close it off, I can just pull a card from the Sufi Wisdom Oracle, which is my favorite. Perhaps a card, just some final words of wisdom from the Sufis. I normally don't pull cards live because I'm very patient with my shuffling, and I just wait for the card that wants to speak and wants to come out. So just bear with me, but I thought it would be nice to just round this off with some words from the Sufis. Don't mind my awkward shuffling. There you go. So the card that came out, so we've got Simple Pleasures at the bottom of the deck. The card that came out is Transformation. So I think this is absolutely the perfect card, right? So it talks about, I mean, for me, I mean, if you just start by looking at the picture here, or the image, there's a pearl right at the center. So this is you. Right at the center of this, dealing with everything that you're doing, there's actually a pearl of wisdom. And once you've gone through this process, you'll be able to see it, and also others will be able to see it too. But actually, it's a process of transformation. So all of this difficult energy and all of the setting of intentions and flowing with the universe is actually part of the transformation process. So I'm going to read what it says in the book. Oh, so here it says transformation, let love transform you forever. That's really what happens when you dance with the universe, is spirit, higher self is pure love. And when you dance with that, or when you engage with that, then all of that of what you becomes transformed by love. So I'm going to read what it says for transformation, just to wrap our reading off. Right. So there's a little poem from Rumi. I was dead, became alive. I was tears, became laughter. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. My heart felt the glow of life ripped open in bloom. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion. I shine like Venus. Oh, that hit me right in the spot. So the power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. We were talking about feeling not empowered here, and love being the one to transform, but also to give us that love so that we can become this spiritual warrior. So let's see. Okay, I'll read what it says. Rumi calls you to feel the winds of change carrying you towards a wonderful transformation in your life. He has come to remind you that life is an opportunity to learn and a joy to live. As you experience life, you learn to transform it in accordance with your specific terms and requirements. Some changes are complex, some require insight, and some are done intuitively. Dear one, Making a move from your comfort zone requires you to surrender willingly to a new life that is unknown to you. So that's dancing with the universe, surrendering. Faith and dedication are two necessary conditions that will help relieve you from what is not satisfactory in your present situation. Rumi sees the power of love as the maker of such a change. He calls you to use this power as energy to guide and create a new life. So the mantra is, the seeds of love germinate inside my heart and bloom into unlimited creative expression. I am surrendering into the mysterious and generous flow of life. I'll repeat it. The seeds of love germinate inside my heart and bloom into unlimited creative expression. I am surrendering into the mysterious and generous flow of life. So I hope that this has been very useful to you, and that this message is encouraging you and it has encouraged you to keep strong, and to really find the power within you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, subscribe. If you want to have a conversation with me, please get in touch. The link is in the box below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.